Hello, welcome back to the Loudcast. Here with another exciting episode of the Loud House. We've got a special guest with us this time. We've got Lincoln Loud herself. She has new pronouns.
Hi, I'm Lincoln
Yeah.
Loud. I have to crazy sister.
Whoa! I didn't know we were.
April Fools.
Yeah,
This is-
we're not doing a stupid
me.
loud house bit.
Yay.
This is actually the SpongeBob podcast.
Yay!
Gotcha!
Yay!
Foolja!
Hello.
I'm all tricked.
I am
Yeah.
Erika. I am the wired
Yeah.
integrated female electroencephalograph. And my
We
pronouns
have
are
a-
she and it.
We have a special guest whose name was Erika.
Yeah.
Not Lincoln
And
Loud.
we also
Not
have
anymore.
the other four of us who are in every episode, mostly.
hmm
Except for the one where Maddie died and was replaced with Mo.
And there's that one where you die like halfway through.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mo hasn't returned our calls. I don't think we're getting him back on the show.
Someday.
damn.
So
why
what
don't
episodes
we-
are we covering today?
We need to introduce ourselves like we
Oh
always
yeah,
do.
yeah,
I guess we should.
yeah.
Jasmine.
Maddie.
I'm also Jasmine. April Fools.
Ah!
I'm Gwen.
I'm the real Lincoln Loud here in the studio. This is
I'm
not
the
an
real
Erica
Fire
bit.
again.
Whoa.
Low key, we're kind of Randall's 10 crazy sisters.
So true.
It's Randall's crazy sisters.
The amazing
Awesome.
digital
Oh, we got-
sisters.
We've got a fun
God
April
damn
Fool's
it.
episode.
We didn't do
Started
enough.
on-
We didn't do enough amazing digital circus joke for the pre-show, so now it's leaking into the actual episode.
The amazing digital guest.
That's
We
the
got
first of
episodes
many.
full of references and Easter eggs.
Erica
Yeah.
really is our amazing digital guest, given the circumstances.
We're watching Fools in April, and we're also watching Neptune's Spatula.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
If you watch this episode on April Fool's Day and turn on Nickelodeon, you'll probably see Fools in April because I heard they're airing that episode like 6 times that day.
I mean,
Cool,
on
fuck up.
Nicktoons, they
They air
are.
it every other day.
Oh,
of the year, too.
Nicktoons. Okay,
Mm.
that makes sense. Nicktoons doesn't have anything else going on.
Yeah,
Not since the incident.
not since the incident.
All right, so I want to get right into April.
No.
Let's
Yeah,
get right
alright.
into April.
Yeah, sure.
Yay.
Oh, that's a cool thing. I didn't know you did that live.
Yeah, soundboard.
Yep.
Yeah, we've got a
So this
couple
episode starts
sounds
with.
on there.
Well, it technically starts with a Gary sleeping scene when SpongeBob wakes up and tells him that they're going to have to become peasants now. And the
Yeah.
only thing they're
And he starts eating bird corpses.
He just,
Yeah.
he does start
That's-
eating bird corpses.
That's fucked up.
Yeah.
Yeah, just say this
I
is
mean,
this is like
he's
a
used
real
to it. He's
This is
used
a
to it
really
for Mouthful
weird-
of Birds Day.
this is a really weird opening scene for the episode storyline when like the episode hinges on like Squidward makes SpongeBob cry with his prank and he goes too far. We start off with SpongeBob making Gary cry.
Yeah,
It's
we-
given me so
Right.
much
We
respect.
start off with epic pet owner pranks their stupid animal.
And I only noticed recently Gary only starts crying when SpongeBob starts salting the clams.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
That's.
Uh,
You know what, SpongeBob? Fuck you. You deserve that for doing that to your snail.
Yeah.
You deserve worse, actually.
Oh.
Way to go, SpongeBob. You made Gary hate his favorite holiday.
We'll get to it. We'll get to it.
But
Okay,
SpongeBob
yeah.
then just says, April Fools, gives Gary
Here
his
you go,
normal
pal.
food.
I didn't mean to poison you to death.
So right off the bat, we have kind of a mid joke that kind of hurts the episode story a bit, but you know we can only go up from here.
Yeah.
So
We go
SpongeBob
to-
just goes to his kitchen to give us a Tom Kenny deep voice moment.
This is an extreme thirst.
I want some of his big lemonade.
Yeah.
His
This
lemonade
is the
doesn't
first
so
time
tasty.
This is the
I
first
want to
time in
know
the
how he
series.
fits that. How does he fit that in his fridge?
We get the
Well,
pants
he's a
room
cartoon
again.
It's
character.
bigger on the inside.
So
This
true.
is this is the
Is that
first
how
time
you
in the
get to the
series where they
pants room?
use "Me for You," which is one of my favorite like incidental songs in the series.
Oh, yeah.
I just wanted to mention that.
Anyway, the bit here with him making all the drinks and it's an April Fool's joke for himself is a bit of a classic bit.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
lemonade does look very tasty, so we're making up for the making my pet animal cry because
Yeah,
I'm still, I'm
it
still
establishes the
give
tone
you.
of the episode
Oh,
well because it shows that he isn't above like making fun of himself.
Yeah.
and I like his little mirror with the little SpongeBob in it.
yeah.
Yeah,
Me.
this is a different
Yeah.
SpongeBob. He just lives in there.
That is
As
canon.
established
This is
in
like
the
Steven Universe.
Season 4 episode Chimps Ahoy.
Steven Universe. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so,
So
after he's wasted
SpongeBob.
all of these
Yeah.
drinks, presumably, maybe he did drink them all.
Yeah. We go
Oh yeah, then we
outside.
get Uncanny Squidward's house.
Yeah, we get like season 5 ass Squidward's house. Like, I.
So
It's
terrifying.
uncanny how amazingly digital it is.
Oh
Don't really
boy.
see Squidward's house head on much, do we?
No.
Really.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
usually from like the three
Yeah,
quarters
3/4
angle.
angle.
Mhm.
So SpongeBob's just walking down the street to his job and laughing a bunch. And Squidward's wondering what he's laughing about, so he just walks through his room and he sees the calendar and it's April Fool. It's April Fool's, which is SpongeBob's favorite holiday. He
Have they
doesn't
ever
want to
like
deal with this.
contradicted that April Fool's Day is SpongeBob's favorite holiday? Have they like
I
stuck to
feel like
that?
every holiday is his favorite.
Well,
Is the
he
Yeah.
hasn't
He's full of
accepted
love.
Christ into his heart yet, so he doesn't really like
This is
Christmas
true.
much.
Right, right.
Yeah.
And he fucking hates Halloween.
Right.
Yes.
And so Squidward's about to fake sick. He's got his gross sack on his head.
I never noticed, like when I was
His
little,
like
that
sack,
was a
yeah.
sack. I always thought that was just like a hat because he's wearing a hat in the next
Yeah.
scene. So
He puts on his sick hat.
It's the
it's like
stack
a
with the
cult
twins in
dress
it.
or something. It's the same thing
Yeah.
as in like Sandy's rocket.
Yeah. It has his twins.
I do like the exchange of Mr. Krabs, I can't come in today. Well, why is that? Because I caught sight of the calendar.
Yeah, it was what'd you
Because you, like,
catch?
caught
I caught
something
sight of the
terrible.
calendar. It's such
a
a
good
terrible joke. I
wordplay.
kind of love it.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
but Mr. Krabs is breaking news for Mr. Squidward here. Turns out, a famous art critic is at the Krusty Krab to see him
From Barnacle Bay.
for
I
Barnacle
wrote that
Bay.
down.
This is kind of
When will
Squidward's
season
fault for
14
falling
show
for
us
this.
Barnacle Bay?
Yeah, when
Yeah.
will they bring back Barnacle Bay?
Yeah.
Squidward really should have known better.
He
I
absolutely
do like that.
should
Like,
have.
I do like that. Mr. Krabs is a conspirator with SpongeBob here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like
Mr.
he's in on the
Krabs is
joke.
Mr. Krabs is so funny in this episode. He's just having a good time.
This is like his only scene, I think, besides the ending.
Yeah, he's there in the ending. He's trying to make up for Art, where he was terrible and
Yeah.
unlikable.
This is a good like fatherly Mr. Krabs appearance. He's like he's good to Squidward and SpongeBob somehow.
He's supporting his gay son by dunking on his other gay son. So Squidward gets down there, and Mr. Krabs and SpongeBob are holding back laughter because he
You
genuinely
just missed
believed.
him.
Yeah.
Where did Squidward get his mustache?
Well, from
Grew
that
it.
photo, he tore it off and he put it on himself.
He got it from a mermaid.
Yeah.
Or maybe he is a mermaid because he grew it so fast, like Dennis did.
Like Dennis.
Anyway, they say April Fool's to him, reveal it's all a prank, and he just immediately quits his job.
Yeah, I love that he doesn't even react.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like, well, it's been nice working.
Just send my last
Yes.
check to the PO box.
Squidward gets his mail from a PO box, but
Mhm.
SpongeBob just has his own mailbox.
I
What do we
mean,
make of this?
No, I think he's
Lol.
thinking about moving away, so the PO
I mean,
box
he's smart.
forwarded
That's
to
a
him.
smart thing. I wouldn't trust my mail around SpongeBob or Patrick.
Good
And like we
point.
don't ever like see his mailbox anyway, do we?
Yeah, he
Oh,
doesn't have one
no.
outside his uncanny house.
His amazing digital house.
what
SpongeBob's
an
just
Easter egg.
I'm sorry, Squidward. No more pranks on you, I promise. There's plenty of other people around to fool. Right, Mr. Krabs? And Mr.
Well,
Krabs
yeah,
just sits down.
he says there's other willing participants, which I think is
Oh, yeah.
fun work.
Yeah.
And then he betrays Mr. Krabs by putting a whoopee cushion at his chair.
I do like that the plot from now on is that SpongeBob is trying to like keep to his promise.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like this bit where he's
Yeah.
like pranking people, but also like running away when Squidward yells at him. And also, can I just say this is a great episode pair for fans of purple old lady fish with glasses incidental.
She's in both of those.
Yeah.
And she has
We're
a
eating
speaking
so
role in both
good.
of them.
We're eating so good. Is it the same voice for both of them? I don't think it
I
is.
think so.
I don't
No, I
even
think
think
it
it
is.
No, I think it's D. Bradley Baker
No,
and.
like on the second one, it's him who says,
Spatula.
"Holy smokes!" But
Oh
I think
yeah,
it's like a separate voice for when she's just talking normally. I think
Mhm.
that might be Serena Irwin. I don't know.
maybe.
This
So
bit has like this bit with the old lady where you like she's like, "Where's the forks?" and he shows her the spoons. Has two bits I really like. First off, when she like first asks him, it just like shows him sadly making like an
He's
excited
like,
face. Like, eh. And then I like how like after he's like April Fools, he's like, "Oh," and then she just
and just
eats the
walks
spoon.
away.
Oh.
I love how
Oh.
low intensity all of SpongeBob's pranks are.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
also like they're all just like the most pointless.
Yeah.
You asked for a couple of ice cubes, and I only gave
Well,
you one.
We're not there
We're not,
yet.
we're not,
Yeah.
we're
Yeah,
not there
yeah.
yet. We have the guy at the cash register.
Yeah, I love that one too.
I
Hey, where's
love
the
Yeah,
I
other
this
guy
is
love
funny.
going?
Yellowfish. Hey, where'd that other guy go?
It's
It's
like
Love
the
that he's like
stupidest
genuinely
thing.
like super amused by this. He's like, hey, that's pretty good.
He gets like actually fooled, and then he like actually loves the joke. Which it's I
Mhm.
love this guy.
yeah, this guy's a real one. He loves the holiday.
Mhm.
So true.
And for some reason, Squidward's in the kitchen. I don't think we ever see Squidward in the kitchen again.
Well, yeah,
For
he even
any
says, "Why are you
reason.
behind the
Well,
counter?"
Well, why are you in the
He's
kitchen,
looking through the
Squidward?
barrel. He needs to get something from his barrel. He needs to go Donkey Kong,
Yeah.
He's gonna
and
throw
then
it
we get the
against the
classic
wall.
bit after.
Yeah.
Yes.
Everyone's favorite. There's like 3 memes in this one
Yeah,
sequence.
this is like chock full of iconic bits here. Of course,
Mhm.
this fish is a Doug Lawrence incidental because
Yeah, it's Tom.
It's Tom.
Our good friend Tom.
and he sees SpongeBob on the floor and like the perfect
Good, I
customer
got a
he
couple
is.
of ice cubes in this.
Yeah, like the perfect customer he is. He sees someone on the floor and says, "Hey, can you do something for me?"
And you gotta help us.
He deserved only getting one ice cube.
Yeah.
What did you do
This
to
bit
my
is so-
drink?
I like how genuinely like
Concerned
intent
he
he
is.
gets
SpongeBob
because of
poisoned
this.
him.
Yeah.
Well, to be fair, it'd be the second time he tried to poison someone today.
Yeah, it's
Today.
sometimes he's not messing with people's food and drinks. I like how after like SpongeBob gives up the joke, Tom's like, "Hey, that was pretty funny." Yeah.
I love this scene so much. I just love how
think-
much they just build up this super nothing.
This is this is a top tier incidental interaction, honestly.
Yeah. This episode, like,
Genuinely.
this scene in this episode, this montage bumps it up like a full point for me.
Yeah.
Fair enough. And for some reason, Squidward is back there washing the dishes?
Yeah.
I mean,
Why
have
is
we
he
ever?
doing that? Is that his job to do it?
We've only seen SpongeBob wash the dishes like once before this, and like only
Yeah.
1 or 2 times since.
But we never see him do it again after this, I don't think.
Yeah.
Squidward's a cashier, he never really has any business in the kitchen.
I mean,
Sometimes.
yeah, we have imitation crabs where he asks Squidward to clean out the closet. We have like the one where they would take 2 dedicated employees to do this job, and Squidward
Oh,
just
yeah.
like
Oh,
pieces
yeah.
out. There's a few times where it's implied that like Squidward does cleaning.
Mhm.
I guess that's fair. I thought it was just front of the house stuff.
Yeah, but I mean, there's only 2 employees, so there's not much work.
Which that's messed up, Mr.
Because
Krabs.
Crab is so fucking understaffed. Which, like, makes sense. But, like, imagine when Squidward had to do all this alone between when SpongeBob was hired and Tom quit, or whatever that guy's
Yeah.
name was.
I think it was Jim. It was
Yeah,
Patton
Jim,
the
Oswalt
original.
fish.
Mhm.
which was only like a week before the show started.
Anyway, we're stalling because we get the SpongeBob laughs so
Yaoi?
hard his tongue jumps out.
Yeah.
Can I just
Honestly,
say
that's
I
like
love Sponge Tongue.
yeah.
Hold on. I'm getting an update from TV Tropes from the Nightmare Fuel page.
Oh my
What?
god. Oh my
SpongeBob,
You
god.
part of
serious?
one of SpongeBob, as part of one of his pranks, pretends to lose his. That's not what happened, but
It's
pretends
not
to
even
lose his
part of his
tongue, which turns
prank.
out to be fake. But the part that makes it scary is that the tongue is alive, laughing cheerfully and innocently with SpongeBob. It's never
It's
explained what
cute. It's
it
a cute little
he's,
goober.
which makes it
Yeah.
a bit creepy.
It's a cute
God.
little
A bit
guy.
uncanny.
Okay,
It
I
just
like that the tongue
has
doesn't
to-
have its
Gwen-
own tongue. Like they
Gwen,
were
did
sure
you
to
just-
avoid like the paradox of it.
Gwen, did you just have that open and ready for this, by the way?
Yes,
Yeah, let
I
me
like
put this
saw
on
it last time I
screen.
went on the. I looked at. I remember this from last time I looked at the Nightmare Fuel page.
Hold
Thank
on.
you, TV tropes expert
This is
Gwen.
this is from the Discord chat. Gwen just posted this as well.
Use the
Fucking
dehydration gun.
Use
I just
the
wanna say
dehydration gun!
That's what I was saying. This episode has like the most entries of any season 1 episode, except for Scaredy Pants on the Nightmare Fuel section.
yeah.
Why this episode?
Huh?
So then we get Evil Word,
Yes.
with like his anime girl tooth.
Put smile word on the screen so we can compare.
Hold on, I don't have him. Can someone? Oh, hold on. Smile word. Explain while I'm doing this.
Okay, so Sponge Tongue drove Squidward to madness, and now he's really he's
But maybe
going
he was
crazy.
predisposed to madness.
Yeah, who knows?
They're twins.
Squidward decides he's gonna pull a prank on SpongeBob just to
Yeah.
show
I do
him
like
what
how-
a real prank is.
Right. I like how like the escalation is so that it's not really annoying to us, but it is annoying to Squidward, and we kind of get where he's coming
Mhm.
from, even though we kind of get the feeling he's gonna do some terrible shit.
Yeah, I wanted to bring up Catfish incidental here.
Oh yeah, incidental 66.
Yeah, we
I
we
love.
like see
I
we see this
love
guy like on a
incidental
date with.
66.
Yeah.
We just talk about how the guy he's like eating with is like super depressed.
Yeah.
Maybe he also doesn't like April Fool's Day, and he's annoyed with Squidward or SpongeBob.
And he's like smiling.
They're like on a date, I think, and it's just not going very well.
Yeah.
Damn.
It's about
I
to
mean,
get worse.
If my date took me to like McDonald's for a date, I probably
Well,
wouldn't be very happy either.
I mean,
What if he said
It's an
April Fools
upscale-
afterwards?
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take
That would
you
just be-
somewhere
I
nicer, like
think
a chump
depressed
bucket.
redfish doesn't deserve incidental 66.
True.
Anyway,
So-
so gets put in the torture matrix.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Squid. Yeah, he
Squidward's
falls
a
victim.
digital brain.
Oh my god.
Sorry.
Hmm.
What I was
It's
going to
fucking-
say is SpongeBob is lured into Squidward's evil trick with the promise of cleaning up mustard.
Yeah.
And I
Wouldn't
like
work on
that
any of
Squidward.
us.
Yeah, I like that Squidward had all of this just ready and
Mhm.
planned.
He put a lot of no one did anyone like see him set this stuff up? Like, I wonder what this guy's tying all this rope and stacking up
there's,
this
like-
flour for.
Yeah.
He put rope under one guy's ass. How did he do that?
I assume he
Squidward
put
was
like
just
the
probably-
rope on the barrel, and then some guy like fucking sat there.
No,
Not
no,
knowing.
but
On someone sitting on it.
this whole prank revolved around someone with a large posterior sitting down so would go through it.
Someone with
God.
Yeah,
prodigious girth.
our favorite character, Bubble Bass's recolored incidental form.
Yeah.
Gray
This
bubble
is the
bath.
last we're seeing of him until season 8, by the way. So
That's
enjoy
not-
this while you can.
That's not
The fact
Bubble
that this
Bass.
isn't-
That's his
That's-
cousin Bubble Bream.
Do you think
Bubble
the fact
Bream.
that this isn't bubble bass is like a sign that they were like bored of him already?
Yeah. What if
Like,
we
maybe if this hadn't
created
been
a
bubble bass, it would have kept up his momentum, and he would have been regularly appearing before like season 58 or whenever he starts appearing again.
This is like another season 1 overly long joke sequence, I think.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well,
at least it's
got
like
a
intentional for the
purpose.
plot.
It's
it
on
has a
purpose,
purpose,
yeah.
Just like they could have gone a little shorter.
Mhm.
I
Well,
think it works.
Well, I think it works
I-
for
yeah,
the
me-
because
Story.
it's meant to be like,
Yeah.
It's
suppose
meant to be
so.
uncomfortable and drawn out, and to show Squidward's descent into madness and
Yeah,
prove
yeah.
that he's the true villain of the SpongeBob pantheon.
I love his like cheerleading routine.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He is so happy about SpongeBob going through the torture matrix.
yeah. Well, just you wait, Squidward. You're gonna get your own torture machine soon.
Yeah.
And
it's the
SpongeBob,
SpongeBob
SpongeBob ends up as like SpongeBob ends up as a pathetic wet kitten.
Mhm.
yeah,
He's
he
a little
goes
little
marshmallow
sausage.
mode. After
I really
falling in a
wanted
trash
like
can.
yeah, I wanted marshmallows that looked like this marshmallow Bob, but obviously not with like the stains.
But with the sad face.
Yeah, sure.
What if the stains
He's
were like
got, like-
chocolate or something, and it was flavoring? Sorry, continue.
Go
Anyway,
ahead.
everyone's fucking
Little
pissed at him
sausage.
for this. SpongeBob like leaves crying. Everyone's like, April
dude.
Way to go,
Fool's.
Squidward. You
Way
ruined his
to go,
favorite fucking
Squidward.
holiday.
Way to go, Squidward. You ruined his favorite fucking holiday for him. And for what? Because he fucking bothered you at work? I thought you were fucking different. When we kissed that night, I thought there was magic. Now I wish we never even did it. And I wish
Okay,
we
so
did
like
do
we
that
don't
other
need to do the
stuff
whole
either.
thing. We don't need to do the whole thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Talking about
Jasmine had it
overly
written
long
down.
I wrote the
Anyway.
whole thing down in my note.
We don't need to like recite all of someone else's bit. We can just say like,
That's fair, yeah.
We could just make more
We have our
amazing
own
digital
bits.
circus jokes.
Yeah.
Jerks.
April Fool's jerks.
We can talk about all the Easter eggs and references.
Yeah.
So
It'll give me,
everybody's
like, a
pissed
migraine.
off at Squidward.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's the Krusty Cast
April
experience. If you
Fools.
don't leave with a migraine,
God.
I don't.
I hope
and
you
this-
bring lots
take
of
note.
ibuprofen.
Take note of that incidental, by the way. I don't think it's the same incidental that's in Squidward's thought bubble when he's being
Right,
no, it's
a
not.
predator.
yeah, he remembers
Not.
like weird green guy as Tom.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like this is.
And it's
this
not
is-
even like an odd model Tom. It's like a
Do you
weird
ever
long
think
neck
about
You know, I
how,
just-
like,
I just realized, like this guy fucking like gets clothed between shots.
yeah!
You notice that?
I put that in my notes.
Wait, yeah, what the hell? Hold on, let me put both on
He
screen.
like
I
steps
didn't
out as a
notice
little
this.
naked sausage guy,
You
and then
can't
he's
just
like,
pick
"Oh,
number
it's the same
two."
guy," but he like gets a little lighter and he wears clothes.
Mhm.
The animation this episode is kind of wonky, and like it leads to some really funny like expressions that work really well, like Tom sticking out his neck, classic image. But also it
Yeah.
has
And
like
then-
weird stuff like this.
Yeah, you have the red fish whose shirt just gets like shorter.
We have the really tiny pink lady incidental.
And then you have, hey, it's SpongeBob.
Hey, SpongeBob's back. Yeah, it's definitely weird that it's erasure for weird squat green fish that wore the same outfit that Tom did.
He stole Tom's cleaning key, and Tom like slept together off screen and or something. I don't know. That's what that means,
Or
like as visual
or
shorthand.
or he just stole Tom's clothes in the chaos here.
Yeah.
Hence why he's clothed now. And Tom's not in the
Good
rest
for
of the
him.
scene.
Good for him.
So all of that explained. Squidward is hated by everybody now
Yeah.
for his
He says he was just kidding, but he looks around and sees all the collateral he caused with his mean SpongeBob prank and
And Scooter
decides
comes
he's
up and he's
gonna.
just like, dude.
Dude.
yeah. I like that. I like that Bubble Bass stuck around though.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
he's
He
so
doesn't
horrified
care.
at his like invented ass that he couldn't move.
His
He'll have to get the
His-
iron butt.
his deformed rump has stunned him still.
He's even like holding a sandwich in that shot, is he?
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
And Squidward's just like, ooh.
Bubble Bass is just like, hey, where'd that come from?
God.
He was just minding his own business.
Yeah. I think
Patrick digging.
I can't. So Squidward realizes that he went too far here, and so he wants to go up high. Up high.
Okay, so like, what are
Apologize.
people's thoughts on like this joke? This joke is in like every
Yeah.
show where like a character's like,
It
I need to
doesn't.
say I'm
It
sorry,
doesn't.
and they like can't say it.
I think it
It
works for
doesn't feel like
Squidward.
it doesn't. Honestly, I feel like it'd be more of a Plankton bit where he's physically
Yeah.
unable to say sorry.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
But I
it
think it
still
works for
works
I think
for
it works for
Squidward.
season 1 Squidward, because that's when he's more like, outwardly aloof to SpongeBob.
Mhm.
Like if
Yeah,
you think of
that's
pizza
fair.
delivery, I think it makes sense.
I just think this bit in general is made every time I see it. It's just like whatever.
Yeah.
We get to
It
hear a
doesn't
lot
even
of
really
funny.
read as a joke. It's just kind of
Nope.
like, we have to get to the next scene somehow. We have to get a conflict going. And if Squidward can't
Mhm.
say sorry, that's the rest of the episode.
Yeah. And so it
Squidward
is.
goes back home to find SpongeBob.
He
SpongeBob's
sees
not in his house.
he sees a Krusty Krab hat behind the rock, and he's
Yeah.
bobbing up and down. I don't know if you all noticed this, but you can like clearly see that like there's no bottom or anything attached to the Krusty Krab hat when it moves around.
Right, it's
Yeah,
just
it's just a
floating.
ghost. Yeah.
Like I said, episode has some problems.
Yeah.
The Patrick Spectre.
Anyway, it's actually Patrick, and he's digging a hole for some reason, wearing the hat for some reason.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is
I
explained.
just love Patrick. Just
Digging.
Patrick just
He's just
appears in this
digging.
episode. Yeah.
He was really
and he
does.
doesn't know why he's wearing the hat either.
He appears in the episode
He does.
for two separate detached gags and for no other purpose. This is a very late Bob
And the
Patrick.
second time is just like the crowd
appearance here.
shot, isn't it?
No,
Yeah.
he appears
No,
like three
because-
times in total. There's two like separate gags, and then there's him in the crowd.
Oh yeah, him gnawing on him using the wire as floss.
Yeah.
And so Squidward's like, well, where's SpongeBob? And Patrick's like, well, he's in his house. He must have been impressed.
Yeah.
This
He was
is
really
this-
impressed.
Yeah, this is kind of a interesting exchange here. Impressed being the word
Yeah.
used. Like,
Like, is the joke supposed to be that he confuses
Yeah, I'm
impressed
pretty
and
sure the joke is
depressed?
that he meant to say
Yeah.
depressed.
Yeah.
yeah, but they don't really draw attention to it.
Mhm.
So then he's
So,
like, it must have
for
been
a
pretty
lot-
good if he was crying like that. So like, does he think he was actually impressed so much he was crying, or
Yeah.
okay? I was gonna say
see,
this whole
It's
like
kind of
back
a-
half of the episode kind of sucks.
It's kind of a
Yeah.
TV trope's alternative joke interpretation.
Yeah, the
Gosh.
back half of this episode is just like very paper
Weird.
core, where they're just hanging out in the void.
It's kind of
Yeah.
mid, yeah. I think this episode
Yeah.
is really carried by the front half, and it kind of drops off in the back half.
Hmm.
Yeah, because then we get
So
like
Squidward
Squid.
goes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He tries
He
to
goes
apologize.
to
It's more.
a
There's a fun visual gag where SpongeBob like rips off the knob to his door,
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and then Squidward does more jokes where he tries to apologize, but he can't say it, and he makes funny
Yeah.
faces and
And his
explodes.
conscience catches up to him.
Well-
Can we talk
Well-
about
Hmm.
like what is this inside of SpongeBob's house here? Obviously it's the
It's
plant,
the pants
but
room
like
dimension.
yeah, it's like a metal room with a plant in it.
The plants room dimension.
Yeah.
SpongeBob's
He looks like
amazing
a
digital
Pikmin.
plant.
Oh my god.
You can't just say amazing digital in front of everything and have it be a joke. That's not a joke on its own. You're putting my foot down.
You gotta do the Pete. If you're
You're
gonna do
putting
that,
your
at least do the
amazing
Pete
digital
voice.
foot down.
You know, Goof, I wasn't so sure about this amazing digital April Fool's Day at first, but all these references and fuck up.
It's been eating at my brain.
Anyway,
for like the
I
past
call
like
this-
5
Did you
days
watch
or
all the
something.
newest
this
Krusty
particular
Kast?
frame string cheese words to parallel Marshmallow Bob from
Yeah.
earlier.
Yeah.
Then he turns into Zerka-tree.
Mhm.
Anyway, after this, we get like the worst joke in the episode, maybe, where he like writes a message in a bottle and gives it to SpongeBob. And SpongeBob's like, "I don't have a bottle opener."
I do
That's
like
the
joke.
I
That
do
was,
like
like,
how
hilarious.
fruity I do like how fruity he is when he delivers it though.
He just like rolls
Yeah,
over
his
on the
little,
ground.
yeah, little like sticking his ass up.
Mhm.
Yeah,
And
I
then
think
the
this is a
worst-
good bit.
We
I
get
think this is the best bit of like the montage.
Well, I kind of thought it sucked. I thought it was such a
Squidward's-
I
non
think it's good for how
Evil
much
Yeah,
it sucks.
what-
Like it's
yeah,
like the caught
hey.
side of the calendar joke.
Hey, yeah, that's a good point. Can we talk about Squidward's new car that he
Just kidding,
has?
Will.
It was like, did you know in concept art everyone had a car, like, and they only
Oh.
had
Yeah.
like, they've only shown them like once or twice in the entire show. Like you have,
Is it-
Mr. Krabs' like weird car that shows up in squeaky boots.
Hmm.
It's
Squid-
just so
Squidward
sad.
is
Squidward
very-
no
Yeah.
Squidward
Go
no
ahead.
longer loves riding his shell cart.
Or his bulldozer.
Squidward has many vehicles.
He really does, and this isn't even the last one we're gonna get from him. He's got a bike, he's got a shell car, he's got this
He's got
car, he
2
has a
bikes.
bulldozer. Yeah, he gets
He
his
has the
Squidward
Erika
car,
bike
no
and he has the normal
bodies.
bike.
They're all like
Anyhow,
accessories for the Squidward toy set.
True.
and so we get Patrick doing the floss for a bit.
Yeah.
We get the other worst joke in the episode, where Patrick is flossing his teeth on the can
Yeah,
string,
he's flossing.
so all they could hear is is the noise that it makes.
Yeah.
This is such a like late season Patrick here, especially with his like grossness.
Yeah.
They at
He
least
gets
kind of
to
make
be
up
good
for
in
it in the
Neptune
next one.
Spatula, so it's
Yeah.
Yeah,
fine.
next episode we get really like good Patrick. We'll get to that, but for now we have to get like the beginning of Badrick.
Yeah.
Badrick.
Let's
Did like
Yeah.
Patrick's digging scene earlier.
Digging.
Yeah, and then we get misremembered.
Off-model
It's-
Tom.
Yeah, look,
We get
compare the two
we
here.
get we get the part where Squidward apologizes, but like in a bubble, so SpongeBob can't hear him. He's like, My conscience is clear," and then he like feels guilty with all the hallucinations that are also on the Nightmare Fuel page.
It's for the first appearance of his mother.
yeah.
If
The
this
weirdly
happened-
recurring bit that Squidward thinks his mother is dead.
If this happened to me, I'd freak
Tom is
out, but
dead,
he plays
too.
it so cool.
Yeah.
And we get off-model Tom instead of guy who stole
Yeah.
Tom. Maybe he like thought it was Tom because he stole Tom's clothes.
Yeah, like they don't even look the same.
Yeah.
They have the same shirt, and whoever animated this second bit was like, well, they're the same character, right? They have the same shirt on.
Hey, where'd that other guy go? But like in reverse.
Yeah.
And so this ghost of Christmas past convinces Squidward to change his ways, and he goes he does his confession scene for SpongeBob.
Yeah.
It's a sweet moment. I mean,
He's
it's
like,
something
I
we've
like
seen a few times
Patrick and
before, but
Gary and Sandy and Mr. Krabs.
And all the other people I'm forced to be in contact with, which I kind of liked that bit.
Yeah.
I like that bit. I also just like him like listing off characters because it just has such SpongeBob Patrick vibes.
And so they open the
even the
door.
bit about the lima beans and the car chase.
I also thought that was a lame joke.
Yeah. They open the door, and I want to point something out. This specific shot is like the default poses for everyone,
It's like
but like
the model sheet
Patrick
poses
has but
for
like
Patrick
Patrick has like evil
and Sandy.
eyelids. Yeah. Yeah.
And Squidward just is broken.
Yeah. There we go.
Yeah, and then he runs off, and his
What would
mentality
we
is
do without
destroyed.
Squidward?
Was this?
This is such such
Wait.
a season 1 like non-ending.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So did SpongeBob plan for this to be a prank, or was he just hanging out with all of these people at the same time?
I guess the idea was that like after he ran off, everyone went to comfort him, and then they decided to pull the prank on Squidward. But
God.
like
It was
that's
a
just
real,
like
it was a real
that's a real
SpongeBob
stretch,
house
you know.
party. It was a real
Yeah.
SpongeBob house party in there.
God.
Do you think
I like
Patrick
the
was
last
in on
frame.
it? Do you think Patrick was in on it, and that's why he had SpongeBob's hat, and why he said he was
Maybe.
impressed?
Whoa. Is Patrick smarter than you thought in this episode?
Let's look up
I
game
like the
facts.
last shot where they, with Mr. Krabs and Patrick like with their arms around, or Mr. Krabs and SpongeBob with their arms around each other.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
was
Cute. And
really
also
nice.
like
Yeah.
And the
all the
painted
weird, like,
incidentals.
really painted incidentals in the background.
Ugh.
Oh my
And
god!
Sam,
What
Patrick,
the
and
fuck
Sandy are
is that
still
behind
in their full
Sandy?
poses.
Is this on the Nightmare Fuel page?
It should be.
Oh,
It's like some sort of creepypasta guy.
Yeah.
Wow.
There's some
We
sort
found
of
all the
creepypasta
Easter eggs and
guy.
references in Fools in April.
you know, goof. I didn't have a joke for that. I just wanted to do it.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. I wanted to say, did you know that in France, April Fool's Day is called the Fish of April?
Oh.
So
What?
that's the entire joke of this episode in France, is that they just keep saying the Fish of April.
Wow.
That makes more sense. Oh yeah, what did we all think of this episode?
Yeah.
I ended up giving it a 4. I think I agree that it has a pretty strong first half and a pretty weak second half.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah, I was gonna give it a 5, but I lowered it to a 4. Cause yeah, after talking about it, I realized it just completely drops off after the first half.
Yeah, I think I can agree with that. I was gonna give it a 5, but I think I can lower it to a 4.
I gave it a 3 because I just like there's like there's like a few really high highs in the episode, like the ice cube drink and a few of the pranks, but there's like at least 75% of the episode is just really boring and not funny to me.
Not funny.
Mm-hmm.
like Squidward's prank on SpongeBob.
I
Like it's
gave
like
it a-
actively unfunny with some of the jokes to me, like the fucking bottle joke or the lima beans in the car chase.
Yeah.
I honestly, I wish we could give 0.5 for some of these episodes, because this is literally half of an entertaining episode.
God, yeah. This is like a 4.5.
Honestly, a 3.5, frankly,
Yeah,
but I'm
3.5
gonna
is
settle
half.
on 4. I'm gonna settle
Yeah.
on 4 purely because of the really good incidental bits at the beginning.
Yeah.
All right.
And now for our amazing digital middle segment.
Yay. God.
Hello.
Yeah. Erika, why you
Okay.
do your thing? Yeah.
Yes. So, they whenever a guest comes on the show, they get to decide the middle segment, and I decided this quite a bit in advance. I want to talk about the Employee of the Month, like PC point and click game, and that came out in
Mhm.
like 2002, I think.
Yeah.
And it's mostly like steeped in season 1 of SpongeBob. It's kind of weird and like janky sometimes. Like, okay, the plot of it is that SpongeBob gets tickets to go to a theme park called Neptune's Paradise, but
Hmm.
he doesn't know how to get there. So the entire game is just about him trying to get to Neptune's Paradise. So, like, for example, he starts in the Krusty Krab and he asks, like, this random guy, a customer, like, hey, do you know how I can get to Neptune's Paradise? And he's just like, fuck you, make me something to eat.
Yeah. Um,
So there's just a bunch of fetch quests. And like throughout the whole first chapter, it's set in Bikini Bottom, and you get all the kind of iconic like locations. You get the Krusty Krab, you get the Bargain Mart, you get Goo Lagoon and Muscle Beach. It has like one of my
Mm.
favorite like weird fetch quests in the game. It's like okay, to get to Neptune's Paradise, he needs to get on the bus. And to get on the bus, he needs bus tokens, but he doesn't have any money. So Patrick says, well, why don't you just go to Goo Lagoon? Because Neptune's treasure is buried there. And if
yeah,
you get
Dutchman's
Neptune's
treasure.
treasure, you could buy
I
bus
have
tokens.
arrived.
Hi.
Hello.
I
So,
have also arrived.
so are you saying that there is a separate treasure independent of the Flying Dutchman's treasure that's just Neptune's treasure?
I think it is the
Wait, no,
Dutchman's treasure.
yeah, it's the Flying Dutchman's treasure.
Oh,
It's the Flying Dutchman's treasure, and it's buried in Goo Lagoon.
I was
So
about
in
to
order
say,
to get it,
why would Neptune keep it buried?
I
Oh,
got
you never
mixed
know.
up.
That's alright.
Alright, wait
So
to
in
start
order
back again.
to
We've got like half an hour.
okay.
Yeah.
So basically, honestly, I was just gonna talk about weird things in the game, but it's like a bunch of weird stuff. You go to Rock Bottom, you go to this weird, like, gentrified town called Bottoms Up.
Yeah.
Hmm?
It's
Yeah, it's
like
like a rich town. It's
Oh.
like
yeah,
a
that we never
half
see in the
like
show. And it has like
yeah.
oxygen, like hot springs. And in order to get in, SpongeBob needs a jacket, but he doesn't have a jacket. So he needs to
Mhm.
go to a fancy restaurant to get their jacket. And they're
And he has
like,
to get kicked
Krabby
out.
Patties? I spit upon your Krabby Patties.
Yeah. It's a really funny fucking voice line. If I had it on me, I would play it right now. I don't. It's somewhere on my hard drive. It does like the worst French accent ever.
Edit it in post
And it's
right
Larry the
here.
Okay.
Lobster. It's like Larry the Lobster in a
Right
French outfit.
now.
What? Krabby Patty? Well, I never. Get out. You must be from Bikini Bottom or some equally despicable place. Get out of this restaurant immediately. In fact, I shall remove you myself.
Wow, that's a cool voice
Okay.
line.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
were all there to hear it.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
This kind of ended up being a wet fart of a middle segment.
Yeah, that's fine. Not every. One of our middle segments a couple episodes ago was literally just the fucking sound
Sorry.
file of SpongeBob saying "you fuckface."
No,
So
it was
it's
Blow
fine.
Me.
I thought it was blow
Oh right,
me.
it was Blow Me.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
Blow Me.
I think we still have that on the soundboard. We here. Yeah, it's just still
Oh, I
there.
didn't know we were getting 2 middle segments this episode.
Yeah. I don't know. I just blinked and then there was like
episode.
20 minutes gone. I don't know what happened.
I thought I would have more to say about this game, but I didn't really prepare a script. So
Yeah. I before we end, I think my favorite thing about that trilogy of like point and clicks from those devs is it's all just production art like backgrounds and stuff for the
You have
most
like
part.
the skull from like Scaredy Pants.
Yeah.
And that's just in rock bottom for some reason. They do have a
Yeah.
few original locations. Like there's one I like that's like general store, and it's like a
Yeah.
sardine sundries, and it's just a can of sardines with the lid rolled up and up. I like that.
Mhm.
It
Yeah,
has a
I'll
few
play
like
it. I'll
cute
play it in
ideas.
here sometime. It's very interesting. I could probably just play it after we record this.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yay.
you wanna...
Sorry, I didn't have much else to say.
That's okay, bye. Or not bye, but...
Hello.
April Fool's, bye.
Now we've got
It's
the
mine.
real episode we're all fucking here for.
Yeah.
Neptune's goddamn spatula.
Let's go.
Mhm.
So we start out, they took all the fry cooks and they put them in a fry cook museum.
I just love some of like the background details in the
Wait,
fry
Can
cook.
we talk about?
museum.
Can we talk about Tough Guy? Can we talk about Tough Guy of Greece, please? Please,
Yeah.
please.
I love
Oh,
this
it
opening
said
segment a bit
tough
and how it
guy of Greece. I thought it said touch guy of Greece.
I did too.
What was
maybe
that?
it does. I love this.
When I did
I love this opening bit because it flies by so fast. It's just full of so many like little visual, like not even gags, just interesting
It's really
visuals.
efficient at like
Yeah.
establishing the setting.
Yeah, it's a very efficient scene, which like is really funny considering the next bits we're gonna get.
right,
Yeah.
right. I
Do
like
we
the
ever see this location ever again?
we
I
don't.
don't think
Yes,
so.
we
Oh my
do,
God.
Maddie. Because when we played Point and Click Lights, Camera, Pants, we got to come here.
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
besides
Into the middle
that,
segment.
I was gonna say I like the fork plus spoon equals spork sign.
Sorry,
I noticed that on my most
the
recent
only...
watch.
The best image of this that the wiki has is touch goo of gray.
Thank you, SpongeBob Wiki.
I
Yeah.
want them so bad to have explained what the fuck Tough Guy of Greece is supposed to mean.
Well, it's a pun, obviously, but maybe it has
Yeah.
to do with the griddle and the grease.
Mhm.
And then they see.
So we get the
Wait,
spatula
wait.
in the ancient Greece.
Hold on, I wanted to talk about Patrick's funny tourist outfit because that's also
Yeah.
in
Yes.
Employee of the Month,
Oh,
and it was also
looks
in I
so
Was a
cute.
Teenage Gary, I think.
He's so fashionable.
And
Honestly,
we have
yeah, I think you're
Chekhov's
right.
camera.
Yeah.
Oh, I also like the fork exhibit where they look at a fork.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Erica, would
Can
you like
I just say
to?
also this is low-key like potentially the best Pat Bob episode of season 1. They're just kind of
Yeah,
on a
yeah.
date here.
Honestly, yeah. They're so
This
Yeah,
is
supportive of each
Patrick
other.
like engaging SpongeBob's interests.
I like how having a museum is like an efficient way to like do exposition without having it like drag down the episode. Like
Yeah.
museums are kind of
Yeah.
exposition dumps in real life, so it makes sense.
God.
Hmm.
So yeah, they come across the golden spatula in the ancient Greece, which is a funny pun. And no one's been able to pull it. Not even like buff guy Larry, who gets some nice screen time in this episode. Big win for
Yeah.
Larry fans on Larry Watch.
Why is he
loves to be at
here?
Larry loves to be at the Fry Cook Museum.
I mean, maybe
I
he
love
just wants
that
to try and pull the golden spatula.
Yeah.
Of
I
course.
love
That's
that
true.
there's a fry cook museum. Just at
Yeah.
all. Like, I love that it's not just the SpongeBob thing. Fry cooking is just important to this world.
I have a theory. Because you see how like the Fry Cook Museum, like the design of it is like a boiler, and the sign of it is a spatula, like a life-size spatula, a real life one.
Right.
What if it was like that sank to the ocean floor, and like that's how Bikini Bottom discovered the concept of fry cooking?
Holy shit.
Oh.
The lore? God. There could be so much world building. Anyway, SpongeBob goes to take a picture, have Patrick take his picture with the golden spatula, and then
With
beloved
his-
character,
with his-
purple
with
old
his-
lady with glasses.
with his-
Let Erika
with
say it. Let
Yeah!
Erika
with
say it.
with his amazing digital camera.
There we
Yeah.
go. Yes.
There we go.
God, yeah, and then we get old purple lady, part 2.
Part
This time you can
2.
see her eyes, which is weird.
Holy smokes!
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
be real.
SpongeBob-
I knew she wouldn't, but I sort of expected her to say "Holy shit."
Or at least
Holy
shrimp.
fuck!
She would have.
So
Yeah, SpongeBob
yeah,
like
Lord,
accidentally
This
pulls out
guy
the
had a
golden
baby for
spatula.
my cereal box.
It's not even this episode. He pulls out the spatula,
Guy
and
had
then
a
the King Neptune
Neptune for my
appears.
spatula.
Erika, I'm trying to summarize the episode.
Please, we only have like 25 minutes.
Okay,
Maybe.
okay, sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
King Neptune
Like that.
shows up. He's like, "Wow, you pulled out my Neptune spatula," and the credits
Yeah.
roll.
I love his voice.
King
Yeah,
Neptune is
this
kind of
is-
a fun character. I wish they kind of used him more after seeing this episode.
I mean, they
Yeah.
got John Hurley back for like every other Neptune appearance, didn't they? Even like the
Right,
later.
but it's only like 2
series
or
one.
3. He was in Battle of Bikini
Yeah.
Bottom.
Yeah, he was in a Battle for Bikini Bottom too.
And apparently
He
he was in the
gets the-
Cosmic Shake.
He gets the fan favorite special, "The Clash of Triton" from season 6.
I mean,
He's-
I get why they don't bring him back because there's only so much you could do with this kind of character.
He's
I
kind
like
of
that.
like
You
King
don't wanna, like,
Harkinian.
You don't want to great gazoo him and have him just be
Yeah,
like
he
this
is
magic
like
character
King
who breaks
Harkinian.
this shows. I guess this is just a cartoon though.
I mean,
I like
And
we
it's like having this like big pompous guy with like magic powers that can do everything, and it's kind of
I-
like a big idiot.
Right.
I feel like
It's
all
good to make
all
him
the
like an
magic
event character.
all the magic power bits kind of already go to the Flying Dutchman though.
Right, right.
Mhm.
I think the Flying Dutchman
God.
really did overtake
These guys
Neptune.
need to, like,
That's why
hook
I
up.
mixed them up.
What were you saying, Gwen?
These guys, they need to. Those two need to hook up. They have like so
True.
much to talk about. They have like the same like
But-
body shape. They have magic
but-
powers.
Neptune is so much more compatible with the person here in the museum that we're gonna get to here in a sec. So
Yeah.
Neptune
So like,
is like,
but-
who
but-
pulled the spatula from the grease?
SpongeBob's like,
sir.
I did, sir. Neptune just fucking hates SpongeBob just on sight. He's like, you
Immediately.
fucking suck. You're a piece of shit. You're just a
There's
simple
no-
sponge.
There's no way a
And this
beta
is why
like you
it
could
is
have pulled out
funny.
the spatula.
This is
King
the
Neptune
spatula would only
is one of
respond to a
the-
true Sigma.
The
So
hot
then he
dog
finds hot dog
guy.
Neptune is
Yeah,
a
the hot
hyper
dog
infamous male.
Yeah,
The amazing.
yeah.
No,
We
I'm
need to
not
talk
gonna
about the
do
close
it.
up of hot dog guy and how it's like super low res.
The
Yeah,
PlayStation hot dog guy.
Yeah, we gotta talk about Parappa hot dog guy here.
Hot dogs are the best, no
Yeah.
doubt, can't deny.
God.
So
Yeah,
It-
maybe like this in the background
this
of the
whole bit-
stage or something.
I talked about how efficient the opening of this episode is. It's to make up for this scene like going on forever. He just goes up to people and
Yeah.
like, "You must have pulled the spatula," and they're like, "Oh, thank you," but no, it was SpongeBob. He's like, "No, it wasn't."
It's a rule of 3, but
it's
it's like
kind of-
it's a
it's-
super long rule of 3.
it's a little weird that he started with the hot dog guy. If he'd started with Larry, it would have made more sense. But he sees this average Joe looking hot dog guy
Yeah.
over there, and he's like,
If
"You
you like,
pulled the spatula."
if you went down the chain of command from like big buff guy to kind of schlubby food service guy to just random fucking guy.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we get the best scene in the episode here, though.
Make poses with
You're-
me.
You're obsessed with like the Larry Neptune Yaoi.
I am, frankly,
Yeah.
okay, because they would be such a good
Amazing
match
nautical
for each
yaoi.
other. I'll
An
give you that
amazing-
one.
amazing
I'll
what?
give you that one.
The amazing nautical yaoi.
Can we call this episode that, please?
Yeah, I think we have to.
Holy shit! I just found a good thing in this image.
Yeah.
I will post in general so we don't forget. Ah!
Holy shit. Awful.
Scary.
That's fucked up, Harold.
It's like creepypasta.
Scary incidental.
The animation in this episode is like generally good, but there's a few like weird like poses and faces and stuff.
Poses.
Yeah.
Poses.
It's
So
like
yeah,
the one Neptune and Larry make.
Larry and Neptune do like homoerotic muscle poses, but then Larry's like, no,
Body
SpongeBob pulled it.
slam.
Yeah. And he's like, "You pulled out the fucking spatula," and Larry's like, "No, SpongeBob did that." And Neptune's like, "No, he didn't. This guy did," and he was pointing at
It's just
Patrick.
And then we
He
get
points out
Chekhov's
Patrick's
camera.
Yeah.
prodigious girth. We need to bring up his
His
prodigious
prodigious
girth.
girth.
My like theory for this, going with the like King Neptune Yaoi, is that King Neptune's just like a guy on Grindr, and his bio's like bears and hunks, only masks, no femmes. That's why he just fucking hates SpongeBob.
Yeah.
He doesn't think like a twink is like worth seeking a relationship with.
Yeah.
I
I
think
mean,
the
that-
concept of the royal fry cook is funny because it's also like a parody of, you know, like King Arthur, the Sword in the Stone. But it's
Mhm,
really like
mhm.
understated. They never really draw attention to that being the joke.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just kind of using the motif of the sword and the stone.
Yeah.
Anyway, Patrick shows his amazing digital photo of SpongeBob pulling the thing out, and Neptune's like, no, I have all these other arbitrary rules," but SpongeBob
Yeah, he keeps moving the
I mean, all of
goalpost. I
them.
like that.
Yeah.
And we get the like
Where's
classic
that?
image of
Where?
SpongeBob
The
with his
blue.
cute eyes holding the wallet.
Yeah. And when he's like holding the spatula when like Larry
The
says it's
true-
him, he had like
the
Steven Universe
true-
CalArts grin.
Oh my god. He does. The true royal fry cook can only be masked. No twinks.
The true royal fry folk will find all the references and Easter eggs and amazing.
Did you hear that goof? I'm a lock.
Actually, King Neptune, sir, I'm a twonk.
So we get like the scene. And we get my favorite part of the episode where like when Neptune is like stuttering and mauled and like hoping that SpongeBob isn't the royal fry cook. And
Yeah.
Patrick like walks up to him pissed, is like, he is the royal fry cook. And it's very cute to see Patrick being like so
Yeah.
defensive of his friend.
It's like
and then
mom
he just
mode
gets fucking like
SpongeBob.
he gets
Like, I
fucking
looked
zapped
at-
and killed.
I looked
Actually
at like the
killed. Hold on.
storyboards
What
for
the
Help
fuck?
Wanted recently.
What is like? There's a
That's his cursed sigil.
yeah. That's a skeleton.
Let me see if I
Yeah.
can find it. Let me see if I can post it. Because I looked at like the storyboards for Help Wanted recently, and like when they're talking about the scene where Patrick is giving SpongeBob a pep talk, he's like, Patrick is mother-like in this.
What did you?
God. True though.
Yeah,
Here, I sent it. This is like another mother-like Patrick moment.
Patrick is kind of a milf in this episode.
Yeah.
This is like such a MILF Patrick episode. So
And then
yeah, then we get
Neptune is just like,
my favorite joke in the episode where Neptune is like, "You'll have to complete 2 challenges," and Patrick has never heard of
3
hubris,
challenges.
so he just keeps like taunting, like being like, "It's 500 challenges." Neptune just like keeps
Might as
talking,
well
but
be
Patrick won't give
500
up.
challenges.
I love how he delivered 500 challenges.
It's funny
And
because
SpongeBob's
this shit is
just,
in the
like,
movie too.
Trying to get him to stop.
Yeah.
He like
Actually,
ends up wrapping around to just being 1 challenge, which is
And-
really funny.
Yeah.
thinking about it, they kind of do this exact same joke in the movie.
Yeah,
Yep.
I was saying there's a lot of like
Exact-
parallels in
yeah.
this episode to the movie.
Mhm.
But this is funnier than
Besides
that.
just
shit.
Neptune being here.
Anyway,
You think
Patrick
so?
is just dead now.
Yeah.
If
Yeah.
Patrick's just like a stain on the ground, he can still talk.
Yeah.
I
We'll
think,
settle
that,
for
I think that was
one.
just like his last breath, though, and he's actually dead after that.
His Undertale
I
last
like-
breath.
I've been saying, but I think this might be like my favorite Patrick episode of the season, low-key. This is a good mix of like
Yeah,
caring friend Patrick and like absolute dumbass Patrick.
we
Yeah,
have Patrick with
it's such
his
a nice
face on his
balance.
butt, which
Yeah,
is
then we
like
Yeah.
keep for the rest of the
Patrick face.
episode.
I love.
I
It's
love
just-
that
it's
they
just- he looks
commit
so-
to this for the whole episode.
Yeah.
He looks
Right.
so cute.
I like
the
that
thing.
Neptune's hand is live action in the close-up shots. And he
Yeah.
has 5
Yeah.
fingers. He always has 5 fingers. He's like
I love
God on The Simpsons.
I love
shit,
Patrick like
yeah.
this because he's just really cute.
Yeah,
So anyway,
Yes.
Neptune shows him his amazing reward that he'll get if he wins the one challenge, and it's naked Tom Kenny.
Yeah.
his
Yeah, still wearing glasses in the shower.
Yeah,
Well,
that's
how
how
else
you
is
know
he
he's
gonna
Tom
see?
Kenny.
I mean, he's kind of hairy there, so no wonder King Neptune pulled him up.
Yeah.
Jeez, he was just on his contacts list and Grindr.
Are we calling Tom Kenny a bear? Are we calling Tom Kenny a bear?
Yeah,
Hey,
I
I
mean,
mean,
well, if look at him, if the evidence is right there.
I'd say he's more of an otter here, frankly.
Yeah, that's fair.
Actually,
There's
SpongeBob will
this
be going
dude in
to
my bio.
he'll be going to
SpongeBob's
Atlantis.
amazing royal reward.
You know, SpongeBob would never go to Atlantis.
No.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
gonna say that's
This is
kind of
not going
ruins
to
the
happen.
stakes of
We
the
are not getting
episode.
this game.
Yeah, this kind of fucks up the things that happen in the future a lot
Yeah.
because we
I
learned
think-
that
We
I
learned
think I would prefer the plot of the episode if the SpongeBob won earlier and he actually got to go to Atlantis, and it was kind of like Squidville where he realizes he doesn't want this.
Mhm.
yeah, you know what? That probably would have been like
I would have liked the
Kinda
episode better if
cool.
he went to Atlantis and David Bowie was there. And he
Yeah.
So
showed him the
true.
world's oldest bubble.
I'd like this better
So
if it was
true.
a musical and it was all bad, but it had surprisingly good pixel animation at one point.
I'll be honest, I forgot that was the plot of a special. I was like, this is like Squidville. And like, no, they did an episode in Atlantis.
Yeah.
And so
Anyway, so they put the challenge: if SpongeBob loses, he has to give up fry cooking, and if SpongeBob wins, he'll get to be the royal fry cook of Atlantis.
Mhm.
To
And so they
the
go to the
Poseidon.
Poseidon. I love the
And
like
then-
weird like
The
Photoshop
Atlantean
live
dome
action
from
aesthetic of all this.
Baseball.
Yeah.
that,
It
that
feels
made
like they really started doing like this aesthetic a lot more in season 2 and 3, but they did do it a bit in season 1.
Right,
With,
that's
like,
that's like the joke of this episode.
Yeah.
Let's talk about how Mr. Krabs is here.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
he
I had to bring his boss.
He
Did
just
he
like
bring
shows
all
up
of-
for no reason.
Yeah, did he bring all these other people to Atlantis too?
Sure.
I assume Neptune did that.
And Mr.
Like,
Krabs
Mr.
just
Krabs
got
is
the
like-
job as
Like
announcer.
talking like he's the announcer or the referee, but then he's like placing a bet. Mr.
Right.
Krabs really did
Yeah.
not need to be in this fucking episode at all.
Yeah,
He
we
just-
I
see.
don't,
was
I
here
don't
to do,
like
the
how
one
he
kinda
bets
lame
against
joke.
SpongeBob.
Yeah.
I mean,
That
we
feels
do
out
learn
of
from-
character for him.
We at least do learn in this episode that Mr. Krabs has a gambling problem.
He does float. That's the thing. He does.
I do like the
float.
scene where he like is at the betting. I like the series at the betting window just because it is like fucked up, and he's like
Yeah.
this acrylic painting just kind of floating in the void of.
That's just how
think
shit
it's-
looks in Atlantis.
Mhm.
I think it's out of character, and I don't think it's a very funny bit, but
So does this guy
No.
just work here?
I
Is he
guess
just
so.
always
Royal
here?
Harold?
Is that Harold?
Why does
Maybe
Atlantis
he does. He
have,
has-
why does Atlantis have sports betting?
I
Why
mean,
does
Well,
Atlantis
it's
have
all a
money?
reference to baseball.
It's like in Battle for Bikini Bottom where they fight Robo Sandy. They just
Yeah,
do this
I'm
regularly.
I was gonna bring that up, that they took a surprising amount of stuff from this episode for Battle for Bikini Bottom, like the golden spatulas, the Poseidon.
Right.
So weird.
Yeah. I think the Golden Spatula is kind of a recurring theme in the SpongeBob spin-offs for a little bit, which is weird.
Mhm.
They're collectibles in Super Sponge, aren't they? Just like currency that
Yeah,
you
they're
can
like
pick up?
they're like
Yeah,
Sonic
they're-
rings.
And you have the Game Boy game, which is like the Legend of the Lost Spatula.
Whoa.
Mhm.
So we get the contest scene, and I really like it because it's
Yeah,
just a
me
like
too.
dialogueless montage, and we get like fun visuals of King Neptune using his powers to like grow wheat to turn into buns and just like make things fly around. He has those little cute seahorse horses,
Yeah.
and then we
Yeah.
SpongeBob doing like incredibly mundane things.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a very fun contrast, and there's a lot of really fun visuals with King Neptune's powers. I just like it a whole lot.
Really
I
good
like it.
animation
I like
too.
yeah,
Like
the animation is what I was gonna say. It's really good through the whole episode, but this scene especially.
Yeah,
I do
like all
think it
the
takes a little long, but I think it's kind of justified to take that
I
long
did.
since
I did not think it like had any pacing issues. I thought it was just very cool because this is like what you're here for the episode for. This is like the whole climax.
That's
yeah.
true. That's true. I think I wish it was more than the one joke of Neptune is epic and SpongeBob is pathetic, but
I
We skipped
feel like the
over.
visuals are like cool and varied enough for me to not really
yeah,
like
it
We
resolves
did.
the variance of the joke well.
We skipped over my favorite dialogue bit in the episode where Patrick is trying to pep SpongeBob up, and he's like,
Yeah.
"They
Yeah,
said,
oh, yeah.
Patrick, you'll never amount to anything. You'll always have your head up in the clouds. Well, look at me now." It's
But
just such
look
a
at
cute
me
bit. It's such a
now.
I
cute
love so
joke.
much that they commit to that
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
because I feel like in so many episodes this would just be a one-off design change for a quick gag,
Right.
but
And they would like immediately change him back, like in the movie with the real boy ending.
They don't even
Yeah.
call attention to it, which is really funny.
Mm-hmm.
And so the competition is over. Neptune has made 1,000 patties, while SpongeBob's only made the one.
I like the
And then-
bit where SpongeBob is like putting smiley faces on the pickles and then tucking them in with the
Yeah.
cheese.
Reading
yeah,
them a bedtime story.
Yeah.
Also, they didn't provide SpongeBob with a grill or anything. That's just
He has to
unfair.
start his own fire.
yeah.
I like that he
SpongeBob.
like karate chops like the patties and stuff.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Karate choppers callback. Shout out to continuity and lore.
So true. All the Easter eggs and references and Neptune's spatula.
Yeah.
It was kind of a rough.
I
Oh,
figure
boy.
he does that in the pilot too, right? Or
Hmm.
well, SpongeBob does. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway,
So yeah, King Neptune gives everyone he wins. He's like, here, have my Krabby Patties. I made 1,000. He gives all those Krabby Patties to the crowd, and they fucking hate it.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's like Burger King to them.
You eat it.
And they'll yell at him and just cheer him like, he can't even eat his own burger. He can't even eat his own patty.
Eat
He's
it.
like,
eat
okay.
it.
He's like, okay, mine fucking suck, but do you think his is gonna be any better? And then he,
And
And then
then
he
then
eats
he's,
it. It's so good. He wants to try it a second time.
Yeah.
Why it tastes so good. I think I'd like to try it a second time.
that's kind of a funny bit. They all just they
Yeah.
hate that he does that.
I love this guy and his like weird arrogance and his fucked up powers that upset everyone.
Yeah.
He's a fun
SpongeBob's-
character for this episode.
SpongeBob's
Awesome.
amazing singular burger.
So
I'm
it's like SpongeBob-
I'm honestly impressed of how many variations you've made of that.
King Neptune concedes to SpongeBob, and
Yeah.
he's like, "Now you can go. Now you can be my royal fry cook in Atlantis." And Patrick's like, "Yay, we're going to Atlantis!" And he's like, "No, only SpongeBob can come."
He's
We
such a
don't- we
dick
don't-
to SpongeBob's
Yeah, he
friends.
specifically said, "You think I'd allow that thing in my kingdom?" Which is
Fucked up
Fucked
because he
You did
made
this
him
to
like
him.
that. You
Yeah.
did
wrong.
that to Patrick.
It's like he has the
Looks
so
saddest
cute.
eyes.
yeah, he's so
Sad.
precious in that image.
And
I
then
love King
Neptune's
gay
real
little
bicycle.
tandem bike.
Yeah,
His real bicycle.
Also, Mr. Krabs is here to do the bit where he's like, "Oh, Mr. Krabs, you're gonna miss me," but then Mr. Krabs is actually just sad because he lost his bet. But I do like the
Yeah.
like SpongeBob just like makes a really like annoyed face silently.
this is honestly pound for pound. I think this is in terms of amounts of appearances he's had in the episode, this is the least pleasant Mr. Krabs episode.
This is worth showing in season 1 for
Love
sure.
that Squidward isn't in this episode at all.
Yeah. He died
doesn't
off
care.
screen.
Yeah, he
not
he
even at,
died
like,
off
half
Went
screen.
insane after April Fool's Day. He's at home now.
So then
Yeah.
King Neptune brings up his fucking bicycle, which I think is a funny visual. And then he's like, "You'll be a god," and shoots at
and
his like
it.
anti twink agenda
Yeah.
in this episode.
Hey, we
He
get
force
another
Yeah,
SpongeBob
see,
into
deep
because
voice.
Neptune only wanted SpongeBob in his kingdom if he could make him like mask hunk SpongeBob, hairy
Yeah.
chest mask hunk SpongeBob specifically, and he's like, "Oh, I can't work with this." And then deep voice Tom Kenny SpongeBob is like, "But I have an idea."
Wait,
There's so
Neptune,
much
I have another idea.
Yeah,
there's so much deep voice Tom Kenny in season 1. Oh my god.
it's
Yeah,
like
there's like
once
a
an
bit in
episode
both
almost.
episodes here.
So Patrick ends with Patrick going to the Krusty Krab. He still has his face on his ass.
It's
Yeah.
another good
permanent.
morning, Krusty Crew moment.
yeah.
Yeah, it's so friendly. And then we
Yeah.
get King Neptune's
We get
like
SpongeBob working
apprenticing
the
at the Krusty
we get
Krab.
SpongeBob working the cash register.
Again,
What are you doing?
where's Squidward? Is he still destroyed from the last one?
Yeah.
That's what I think.
King Neptune like overrode him in the universe with SpongeBob because he's the fucking cashier now.
No, I know that there's like this is a status quo show, but can you imagine if like from this episode on, King Neptune was just like working at the Krusty Krab and he was
Yeah,
just like SpongeBob's shitty subordinate.
Yeah.
I do
I just think
like
it's
that.
really funny having this like god be like a shitty fry cook and getting scolded for like throwing magic temper tantrums.
I do like
Nice like the
Perfect
image
SpongeBob
just
patties are
getting.
made with love, not magic.
Yeah, I do like that SpongeBob called him trainee.
Yeah.
I like
I
the
think
ending a lot.
King Neptune should have stayed a fry cook and Patrick should have stayed with his face on his ass.
And
Those are some like good
SpongeBob should
ideas
have
they
stayed.
had.
And SpongeBob should have stayed Tetsu's shape from that last episode.
Yeah.
True. God. Should have been like Texas shape and like force mask buff. So what did we all think of Neptune's spatula?
Yeah.
This is a weird one to me. I think I'm gonna give it like a 4 because it's a weird episode in that there's a lot of elements I like about it. I like how ambitious the whole story feels. I think there are solid jokes, but the sense of humor this episode has is like really dry and understated. So
Mhm.
it's not an episode that makes me laugh all that much. I always find it a little on the sleepy side when I'm doing a season 1 rewatch. So it's not really one of those but I do appreciate a lot that they went for in this episode, and I do think it has its strengths. I don't think it's a bad episode by any stretch of the imagination.
Mhm.
I just think if they could have gotten some like bigger laughs into this thing, I would have been a little higher on it.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I haven't
Mhm.
rewatched this one in like years and years. Like, it's one of my least rewatched season one episodes for some reason. I thought it was fine. I gave it a 5 out of 7, but yeah, I just don't
Mm.
rewatch it much. I'm not sure. For, you know, considering this location like never shows up again pretty much, or at least the interior, it's kind of, yeah, pretty, well thought out for. Well, I guess everything had only showed up once at that point, but yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Yeah.
That's all I can say. And yeah. Jasmine already said most of what I wanted to say.
All right.
What's your ranking?
Oh, 5 out of 7.
Okay. Yeah. I think this episode is solid from a plot standpoint, and I think it's a really good like event story. I'm a little shaky on like the stakes of it because obviously we know that SpongeBob won't go to Atlantis or give up fry
Yeah.
cooking,
Mhm.
but it's mostly just an excuse to see SpongeBob knock down like an arrogant god, the peg, and that's always a good story for SpongeBob. I
For
think
sure.
I can kind of see it as like a case similar to the paper where they would want to bury an episode with a holiday episode. That's kind of like one that's a little weird or out there. But I think this one is better than the paper or Teenage Gary.
Yeah.
I think they kind of forgot to put jokes like like laugh out loud funny jokes. It has a very dry sense of humor. I like that. I don't think it's very SpongeBob, but I do think it's a very solid episode. I was wavering between 3 and 4. I'm gonna go with a 4 because I think talking about it has raised my opinion on it.
Nice.
I like surprisingly really like this episode. I'd almost go like to a 6 almost because I really like the like
Really.
I like King Neptune as a character. I like the like unique settings and the like like it's not like a laugh out loud episode, but I kind of appreciate like the different tone and I feel like it does like it's more like a grand story with like focus on like the like spectacle of it almost and also like the more
Mhm.
like I appreciate the more tiny jokes and like subtler bits of humor throughout it. I think it's just a little too dry to really move up to 6 for me, so I'm gonna give it a 5 out of 7. But like,
Mm-hmm.
I think it's a surprise. Like, this is a very like forgotten episode from season 1. I think it's like underrated. I would say.
That's
Mhm.
fair, yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like everything's that I could have said about it's already been said. I gave it a 4. I think when we say middle of the road episode, I think this one is probably quintessential middle of the road season 1 for me.
Mhm.
Because there's nothing about it that I don't like. I think it's a fine episode, but nothing about it really jumps out to me in any way that'll make me remember it one way or another. And that's all I really have to say about it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But that was
What's
that
your
was
ranking? I'm sorry.
oh, I gave it a 4.
Okay.
Hmm.
I'm sorry.
No, it's alright.
I'm keeping it written down as well.
Oh, we should
But
give
that
you
was
access to our sheet. Anyway.
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm surprised. Don't we just have it linked in the Discord?
I think we do, yeah, like pinned in
You
general.
might?
Anyway.
Hmm. So that was our episode. That was
Yeah.
our
Yes.
amazing nautical episode.
Mhm.
I
Our
wanted to
amazing
do-
final episode.
Well,
April Fools.
not the final episode, because next week is our season 1 finale.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That
We're
Yeah,
almost
we're
there.
about done with season 1. Next week we'll be
Nuts.
covering Hooky and Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy 2.
Yay.
And
Yay.
before we go, I just want
Yay.
to say it was great to have you on the show, Erica.
It was great to have
Thank you.
Erica here. Yeah.
Thank
And
you.
before we head out, where can the viewers find you?
Yes, you can find me on Twitter at starpunch_, and that's it.
Yay.
Nice. So
Nice.
look forward to the season finale coming next episode.
The
Exciting
amazing
episode,
next
Cookie and
episode.
Mermaid Man.
Yeah, the
Yay.
amazing
And
or
Barnacle Boy.
amazing
The amazing.
Alright.
Ah!